Hello, friends. Oh my goodness. Last one of the day. I'm going to say this has been really fun, and I'm so excited to welcome our next guest, Julie Reyes, for the Human Design Interview Series. I just think it's so funny that I've just been like banging these out. And so we have one more to go after this, but that's not until tomorrow. But I'm so excited to introduce you to Julie. She is a good friend of mine. And Julie, is that you? If that is you, please say hello. Before I bring you on, Julie, I'm just going to read a little bit of your bio as well as introduce your human design type, all the things. And if you are catching the after party, please comment as if you're watching live and ask questions. Comment all the things, and I'll do my best to circle back. Oh, there you are. Hello, love. Okay, so Julie is joining us from Portland, Oregon. Is that right? Portland? In Oregon. She is a manifesting generator. She has sacral authority, and her profile is a 2-4. And Julie is amazing. Let me give you all the things. So Julie is an intuitive healer of the body, mind, and heart. She's a licensed massage therapist and a Akashic Records reader, a novice medium and trance healer, a former Pilates and yoga instructor, wife to her amazing husband of over 23 years, oh my goodness, mother to her 2 most favorite teenagers, and spiritual life coach. Welcome, Julie. I am going to bring you on. Hi.
Hey. Oh, wow. Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm so happy that you were able to make it. And you're kind of like, today was the most packed day because there were 3 interviews, and you're just like bringing in the final energy of today. So I'm so excited.
Yay. Good. Are you
Ah,
hearing some feedback?
I'm
Like,
hearing like a kind of like,
I'm hearing us
oh, you are? I don't hear
a couple
us.
seconds ago. Yeah. Okay. No
I'm
problem.
gonna, it's been really weird because in some of the audio and some of the recordings, I'm gonna chalk it up to Mercury retrograde. But like there's overlap in the voices, and I that didn't happen during the live, so I just feel like we're just gonna have to go with it because I can't do anything about it.
I wouldn't know what to do anyways.
Exactly,
So we'll just
exactly.
roll with it.
Yeah. But I can hear you clearly, and hopefully the recording is just us two without overlap.
I hope so too. How are
I
you?
am good. I'm so happy you came on because you have been like my biggest, when I first started human design readings and all that, you were my biggest supporter, and you referred so many people to me. So I'm like, oh my God, like I know, like I just want to hear how things have been since our reading and what's shifted for you, like all the things, because I just respect and like adore you so much.
Oh, thank you. Well, right back at you. I had it was such a profound experience for me and just enlightening and taught me so much about myself. New
Okay, I can't hear you.
taught me.
I'm hearing, is there a clicking noise?
Okay.
How about I bring you back on? Like I'll turn you off and
Okay.
then come back on, and then we can restart that.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
a different one.
There we go. Hello, Bernie. How are you? My fellow manifester, Bernie. If I remember correctly, you're a splenic manifester. Am I correct? Uh, okay, Julie, let's try that again. Julie. How come I can't bring you on camera? Come on. No whammy, no whammy. Hello, lovely. Uh, Julie, can you say something if you can hear me? Oh, there I am. Yay! There you are. All right.
Yay!
Hello. Okay.
No
So,
whammies. I love that. That takes me back to childhood. Thank you.
okay. So you were saying we were saying about, well, we just started, like, so human design.
Right. Well, let's just sum it up with how you always put it, that it just gives you permission to be who you fully are, who you
Yeah.
truly are, and to embody that and embody all of it, So when I had my reading, I was like, oh, okay. It's like, that makes sense. Or, yeah, I've always done that. And I've been accepting myself more and more and more as time goes on. Like, this is just me. And so all the information that I got from you, I was like, well, now I can just completely embody myself, like who I am,
Mm-hmm.
my energy type, and full acceptance. And then tell everybody else, well, this is truly who I am. So deal with it.
Yeah, I
That's just my
loved.
attitude coming out.
Yeah, I remember when I did your chart, I was like, holy moly, because I also looked at your astrology as well, and I
Hmm.
was like, oh my God, Julie is so powerful. I don't even know if she knows how powerful she is.
I did not. No, but I've been discovering that ever since. And it just, it keeps being reiterated to me, the, not to brag or anything, but the immense power that I actually hold. Um, but I'm very proud of myself that I don't take my power for granted or shove it in anybody's face or, have a big ego about it. It's more like, wow, okay. I accept this role. I accept who I am, and I use it for good.
Yeah, tell me like where you were even, okay, so where were you before? So you're like, oh, it was like I gave you like not I gave you permission, but I was like I showed you your magic, right? So
Hmm.
like how has that shifted for you and how you show up? Because you're like saying like what's changed?
One of the big things for me that showed up was that as a manifesting generator, I'm multi-passionate. And so I've always just kind of bounced around. I do this, and then I did that, and then I did that, and then I did that. And um, I've had people in my life say, like, are you ever going to settle down and do one thing? I'm like,
Mhm.
probably not. So that reading gave me permission to just like keep going in that direction. Whatever's lighting me up is what I'm meant to do, and I'll be great at it. And then, excuse me, what comes in next, is a next step in my evolution. And they all come together. Like, all my skills are blending together at all times. And then I just keep adding to them. And then another big one for me that was really important for me to learn was that being a pure manifesting generator. So, will you remind me? It's what's two things are connected to my heart: my sacral energy center,
Yeah,
and
yeah. So
not my
you,
heart, my
that
throat. Excuse
yeah,
me.
your throat. So that makes you that is because you have your channel, it's like it's the most powerful channel in human design. And it makes you a pure manifesting generator because that is what defines a manifesting generator. Sacral is like a very powerful energy center, and the throat is where manifestation comes through in human design. So the fact that you
Hmm.
have that is it makes you a pure man gen, and not to say like the other man gens who don't have that channel aren't pure. It's just the energy is a little bit different. And so and then you also have your spleen connected to your throat, and the
That's
spleen,
it.
yeah, the spleen isn't it doesn't give you energy. It's not an energy center, but like it's not like a motor center. It doesn't drive energy, but what it does give you is heightened like your intuition. Your own
Mm.
sense of intuition is strong, and it comes out like you can share it, like, you know what I mean, it's
Yeah,
directly to your throat. So your instincts, your fear, your intuition, you can speak it.
that makes absolute sense. So,
Miss
part of what
Akashic record.
I write, I'm constantly channeling for people. I have been for years. I mean, a lot of years, and it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. The more I heal within myself, too, and get rid of the psychic debris that's just been clogging up my channel, the more open it is. And so
Mm-hmm.
channeling is just clearer and stronger and faster. But one of the main things that you said to me was that I can literally speak things into existence. And so I've been utilizing that ability more and more. And sometimes I forget I can do that. And so I've been more vocal, just talking to the universe, like, okay, this, and this, and I'm open to it coming in. Thank you. So
Oh
that's
my
been really
God.
fun. Hmm.
So, and then because when we first started working together in the reading, you were stepping into your Akashic Records reading.
Hmm.
Do you feel like understanding your human design has just given you more of the power to allow that to come forth?
It's, yeah. Hmm. I think it's given me more power in all aspects of my life, for reals, and it helps me understand other people better, like all of human design. Like now when I'm working with other clients, I constantly ask them, so what's your human design? It helps me understand people. It's kind of like astrology too. It's like it gives you just a little bit better understanding of who they are and how they would work and what their kind of their zone is, I guess. But my husband and my daughter are both manifesting generators as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so that helps us understand each other better. My son's a projector, so we're all like not totally sure how to work with him, but we're figuring it out, but it makes sense there too. And I believe that on the Reyes side of my bloodline, so my dad's side, I think that family is full of manifesting generators.
Mm.
So as soon as I get their information, I've been asking my cousins and stuff, what's your birth date and your time, and trying to figure it out. And so far, they're all generators or manifesting generators, the ones I've done. It makes sense to me.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're all very similar in that way.
I remember I did your daughter's chart and I was like, "Oh my
Hmm.
God, you and your mom are very similar." It was really
Yeah,
cool to see.
she's an emotional authority,
Hmm.
but with a 2-4 profile as well. So
Right.
that's been really cool for her and I to connect on that. And the more I learn about it, I can inform her more, and she's so open to hearing about it. But there are some differences, which is cool because she is not my exact little clone, but pretty close. Pretty close. But
Oh,
I love that.
amazing. Yeah. What would you say, like, well, I guess like I've kind of already asked you like your shift and you're like, well, every area.
Sorry, I was a little broad there.
Like what, yeah, I mean, from what I just, because when we first known, like when we first started like working, like because we were in the same mastermind together, you were doing massage work, and that
Hmm.
was pre-COVID, and then COVID hit, so you had to pivot,
Hmm.
and then you stepped into your Akashic Records reading, and I just like what I remember, just from sitting from where I am, just after your reading, I just felt like you dialed yourself up. That's what I
Hmm.
just felt energetically from you. Like you just dialed yourself up, and I thought that was incredibly powerful.
I did, and thank you very much. I mean, you like helped me unlock that door, so to speak, because I'm going to switch hands here. I'm in my car, as you can see. um, like I said, it just gave me permission to really be me, and that's what 2020 has been all about for me. Is just fully embodying all parts of me and dialing it up, and so it allowed me, like that information allowed me to pivot from massage into Akashic Records like in the same week, and I mean it was bizarre how fast it happened, but I was able to allow it because I wasn't questioning my natural state, you know, because there was so much energy behind shifting into the Akashic Records, like so much energy from spirit and source just backing me up. And it's like I couldn't deny that. I had to just roll with it. And I was like, well, I'm a manifesting generator. So here we go. Here's another new business. All righty.
Oh, I love
Sure.
it.
But
That's
I mean,
awesome.
all I was doing before the beginning of 2020 was massage and corporate massage. And my plan was to build out my corporate massage business big time this year. Obviously, that's not happening. But we did the reading in January.
Mhm.
And then, mid March, it was like all of my income, just all my business went away. And it was like, okay. But the Akashic Records, I'd really actually been calling that in just not in so many words. And I thought I would work with that later on, and just kind of incorporate it over time. But it was like, nope, it's now. Go. And I said, okay, I shall. Thank you.
What I love about that is like, I think you felt the yes in your body. Like that's, as a sacral authority, like you just, okay, let's go. So you didn't like try to rationalize it or logic size it. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Logicize it.
I don't
Which,
do a lot of that.
yeah, and you're not designed to. You're not
Right.
designed to. And I think like especially for generators or mangens, like if you're a sacral authority, you got to go with that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
so hard to if we're not used to bypassing logic and trusting the gut, like the wisdom of the gut. So I'm so glad that you're just like, yep, let's go with it. Let's do it.
Why I'm giggling inside is because, and why I had some attitude earlier is because my husband is an emotional authority and all about logic because he's a man too. And I have just for years and years and years trusted my gut and my intuition. And he'd be like, "Why are you doing that?" I go, "My gut told me to." And he's just like, So when I learned, like, no, that is absolutely my design, I was like, see? But it helped me trust myself more on an even deeper level than I already did. And therefore, I'm like showing it as an example to everyone else in my life. Like, trust me when I say I know what to do here. I trust my gut. My intuition is telling me this, and so that has actually increased other people's trust in me throughout this year, and that's been wonderful too. That's nice, and then my actions back that up as well. But yeah, that was a big one, and like I said, that's why I had attitude earlier. I'm like, so deal with it, because my husband is like, he doesn't totally, I mean, he's used to me and my ways after 23 years, but I was like, look, I have proof, I have concrete proof now. you
It's on paper.
Yeah, you logical man, because like I'm more in the ethers, and he now trusts that more, and I love that. I really appreciate that so much.
I love that because, like, the more you embody you, the more people can trust you, and then they see your change, so they're willing
Yeah,
to, like, oh, okay, that's
yeah.
amazing.
Because the more you embody who you truly are, the more you're standing in your power,
Mm-hmm.
and how can anyone deny that unless they're afraid of it? But
Right.
too bad for them if they're afraid of me. It'd be weird, but yeah. So throughout this year, just more and more has been revealed to me about my strengths, my powers, who I really am at the core, and what my abilities really are in the healing realms. And so I just keep stepping into it with more and more. I just keep embodying it and just have more and more power within myself. It's been really amazing. Really
Mm,
amazing. Um, oh, you know what? There was one other thing that I really wanted to point out that I'm so grateful for is that I've been telling other people for years, just trust your gut, and learning through human design that not everyone is designed that way. That was
yeah.
really key for me because now I don't say that to anyone unless I
Mm,
know they're a sacral authority because it doesn't make sense to everyone, right? Like
yeah. Like,
uh,
if I've had, people and coaches tell me, okay, what does your gut say? And I was like, I feel like I should know, but I don't.
yeah,
Because that's not how I'm designed to make decisions. For the longest time, I'm like, oh God, I feel like I should know. And I was like, what does it say? And I'm like, I'm drawing a blank.
I've
Yeah.
had other people say that to me before, and I'm like, really? But now I get like,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, like I don't want to ever make anyone feel insecure or ashamed that their gut isn't telling them what to do when that is like so me, and I've been trusting my gut since I was a kid
Mm-hmm.
or learning to trust it when I was younger. So thank you for that. And could you give me a little tip about
Sure.
emotional authority, like
Mm-hmm.
how they figure their stuff out? Because that's what my husband and my daughter are.
Yeah. So with both of them, it's like a two-step process. So they need to actually ride their emotional wave until they're neutral, cool, calm, and collected, and then they
Okay.
check in with their gut. So they're not
Oh, okay.
designed to make decisions instantly. They need a little bit of time and their emotional time.
Yeah. Okay.
So like they ride the highs and lows, and they all have their own unique emotional wave pattern. And I forgot what because I did your daughter's chart. I don't remember what type of emotional wave. She could have a few,
Hmm,
but
I don't know.
again, yeah, she has the audio recording.
She does. Yeah. And she
Yeah,
wrote notes, but I don't
yeah,
remember.
gotcha. But yeah, so it's a two-step process, but they are designed to check in with your gut when they're cool, calm, and collected. But it's hard to make a decision when you're high or when you're low in your emotions because that will just influence, you know, your decisions. And sometimes when you're a heat of the moment of your emotions, and you probably don't want to make a decision, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I've
Yeah,
been
my
really
pleasure.
curious, like, okay, how do I work with them better? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we talk about how people can learn about you?
Not that I can think of. Oop.
Cool. Yeah, and I do want to say, like, even one of the things about Gens is multi-passionate, and you're designed to not necessarily always have to, like, let's just say you were doing massage therapy, and let's just say, you were able to let it go because, well, the world kind of forced you to let it go for now. But a lot of times I feel like because you're taught to stick with just one thing, or like you're, like, you have so many things going on, there's like a level of guilt where I have to stick with the thing I said yes to. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I love for you is like, well, you were kind of forced to let go of massage for now and lean into something else. And you weren't doing it kicking and screaming, which is really healthy. Yeah. So I
That
wanted to
was very
highlight that.
helpful. Oh my gosh, the timing of the reading with you, literally like 6 weeks before the shutdown for everyone, really helped me. I mean, that was so
Mm.
valuable. I can't even tell you. I am doing massage again right now, but just my private practice. And oddly enough, I called that in at the beginning of the year. I was thinking about building my corporate massage business out more, and I declared like I really just want to work with my core group of people in my private practice, and that's exactly where I'm at.
Mm.
And I called that in like in January, and by June, well, yeah, June 1st is when I was able to start again. That's exactly what happened. So that was really cool. I was like,
Oh.
oh, cool. I called this in. And I also called in, what did I say? Like, I want to help people heal from the highest level, like
Mm.
up there, and that's when healing with the Akashic Records came in, like, within a month, within weeks, I'd say,
Mm.
So I was like, well, this whole speaking things into existence thing really works. So I need to be careful with what I'm saying. And I need to remember to say what I want, like,
Uh,
especially when it's coming from a pure place, that I think makes it happen even faster than like, oh, I really like a new car, or something like that. I
Win the
guess.
lottery.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
There
Amazing.
was one other thing that came. Ugh, it keeps coming in and then leaving again, so it'll probably come back in one more time before we're done.
Okay, I'll
One
talk
more
really
statement.
slow and then maybe it'll come through. Well, awesome. So you're a Akashic reader, and I had a session with you, and it was amazing. How can people learn more about you?
Um, Through my website, which is www.reyesbodywork.com. That's Reyes bodywork. That's my massage business,
Okay.
my website for that, but I'm putting the Akashic Records in there as well. And then on Instagram, I am at healing underscore with underscore Julie. And I've been posting a lot about my work with clients and coaching clients with the Akashic Records, and just reflections and musings that come through and when I'm in my own records. And on the Facebook here, I have a personal page and a business page, both Julie Reyes.
Amazing. I will
Yeah.
link that in the description so people can find you.
Cool. And I was on
Amazing.
your podcast. If you have to scroll back to
Yeah.
April, I think. And I was on the Soul Wealth podcast back in August. And then I'm going to be interviewed for the Luscious Hustle podcast on Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Oh my gosh.
So that's super exciting, just to get the word out there, because
Yeah.
I'm helping people on such a deep, deep level. It's so wonderful because the goal is to help people almost like dig new neural pathways to
Yeah.
create new thought patterns and get rid of the old ones that are so self-defeating and toxic to yourself and just mean. It's like
Yeah.
self-meanness. Is that a word? No. Um,
I get it.
but
It's a
and
thing.
yeah, figure out where those started and dissolve them, and then create new thought patterns that are empowering and kind and nice and compassionate. And what I'm seeing and what has happened in my own body and mind is shedding the old stories and the self-defeating,
Yeah.
disempowering thoughts and actions is helping people feel lighter, and it's opening their channels, and we're all raising our vibrations together, and it's like your heart is more open and that level of compassion is higher, which I'm very passionate about that right now, because
We
especially in
need
our,
it.
oh my Lord, in our country, we're so polar. There's so many people are so polarized, and I'm missing the human kindness
Yeah.
towards people that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the level of intolerance is just sky high right now, and it breaks my
Yeah.
heart.
We're all like, well, I can't say we're all, but many wounded. The wounded inner child is leading us if we're not
Yeah,
aware. That's what's happening. So,
that's exactly it. That's one of my phrases lately. It's like our wounded inner child has been driving the bus since the wound started. And that child
got
doesn't
it.
even have a license to drive. So kindly, lovingly put that child in the booster seat in the back and take the reins again. Please take the driver's
Oh,
seat
yeah,
from your place of cognition as an adult now, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So, wounded inner
Well,
child. Oh, no kidding.
right. So, well, thank you so much, Julie. It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you.
and honor, and this will be shared across all the things. So I'll
So fun.
look out for that, and
Okay.
have a beautiful rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You too. I appreciate you asking me
Yeah,
to be on here.
of
I
course.
appreciate you very much and your work in the world. Keep going.
Thank you, babe. All
All right.
right.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.